So, hey guys, we're here to talk to you about the Field Duty 3.25 inch with a crossbar lock and magnet cut steel. Okay, so the clip is reversible for righty and lefty, and because this is all titanium, you can see that you see a screw there, but you can also see the line for the plate. And we included the clip plate so it blends in very easily.
Wow, I guess so.
And the clip is deep in pocket, one screw. We kept some of the features like the slot on the back spacer, the same style hole, the choil for you to choke up on, and also where you can see the blade closed and centered on the back spacer. So there are a lot of nice features on this crossbar lock, and I'm very proud of like the drop shutter action, and it's just super smooth. And this is more the EDC size. So if you guys have the monoblock G10 EDC or monoblock carbon fiber EDC, this is around the same size, 3¼ inch blade.
So is M-Tech the ones that make this knife?
No, it'll be Riyadh. But I'll tell you one thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about M-Tech when I was like...
I'll tell you one thing about M-Tech.
Never mind.
They sell more knives than all of us combined.
They do. I heard that from a distributor.
More knives than all of us combined. So I'm jealous. All right?
There's a lot of people out there with no taste at all. No taste.
Well, I mean, the thing is, some guys, I tell some guys like the price of my knives. They're like, what?
Oh, yeah. I'd never pay. I remember Jim Skelton replying to some guy who said, I'd never pay more than $40 for a knife. And he's like, oh, yes, yeah. You hurt me. Oh, my God. It just showed you ignorance. You're ignorant. That's what you are. Yes, and we got the slot. Now, let's actually show them how we do this. And it flips over to this. Hold on. I'm looking at it. I'm not seeing any. Oh, man, you got to look close, dude. See, you can see this mark here where it actually, yeah. Wow, that's tough to spot. I mean, can you see it from there or there? That's not easy to see. That's really nice, isn't it? It's better than the steel plate that, well, you don't even bother to do that on the Eutectic line. But I can't see it. But, oh, well, kind of like that.
Yes.
Oh, well, you can't do that with carbon fiber. Okay, but here's the titanium. Get out of town. Deep carry is right. And a nice ceramic ball. And where we got the hardware. So we got one screw here and on the back. And what else do we got? We got where the pocket clip goes and here. Because this is the flip for the pocket clip. Okay, not a lot of hardware. You got the crossbar lock. So are these Omega springs?
Oh, yeah. And
okay.
There are 3 slots on either side for you to set the tension of the Omega springs. So if you want a stronger tension, stretch it back. You want less tension, put it forward, Right now, I think it's preset to the forward hole, so it's not like a ridiculous tension on there.
Okay. And so, yeah, you can do that. Now, is this available yet?
No, it's not. No, it's not. So it's going to be probably around like July, August-ish. Hopefully. If I pray to God, hopefully around August time.
Yeah, it'd be nice, huh? On the Omega springs, so will you either include or you'll just have Omega springs if somebody loses one or gets broken or something?
I may include them or I may just have them on hand.
Okay.
We will see. I haven't dictated everything yet, but this will also be coming in a box, so it'll be easier just to put them in there. with maybe a few extra screws and stuff, just in case when people take apart the screws, they lose one. And they will all be stainless hardware. Oh, I've had that happen. I mean, I take apart knives all the time.
And they disappear.
And
the screw, if
no,
it leaves your table,
it drops somewhere on the floor and you
is
can't
gone.
find it, right?
It's gone.
So I've had that happen to myself. So yeah, I understand. You know?
Yeah, I know. But I've seen a knife or two here or there where they actually put an extra set of
Yeah.
Omega springs in, and I've seen where they didn't.
Right.
So I was just kind of curious, but you probably haven't made that decision yet. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're USA, so they can contact you.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And a lot of guys have been using my business card and texting me through my phone number, and that's probably the best way to get a hold of me, because don't call me. I get a lot of scam calls, so don't pick up any calls. But if you text me and you tell me who you are and what your situation is, I can always respond.
There you go. Drop right in. Whoop.
Yeah.
A sissy flick. That was a sissy flick.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, there we go. And so 3 1/4 inch blade.
Correct.
And of course, it's got this choil where you can kick right up on it like this.
Yep.
And then you can get right into the work that you're getting into. Okay, but crossbar, new for you.
That's right. So this is something that I spoke about probably 2 years ago that I've been working on. And someone who's OCD and anal like me, I went through and refined and refined and refined and refined it to a point where, okay, finally I was like, okay, this is the way I like it. So that's why it took so long.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty secure because the bar is right there on top of the blade. So it's stopping the blade from moving by using a steel, is it a steel bar?
Yes,
steel bar right there. So
if you ever taken apart a crossbar lock,
yeah,
the whole bar is milled from one solid round.
Yeah.
So from the outside and even on the inside, which is slightly skinnier, it is one bar that is milled from a much bigger round, and so it's a solid pin. You know.
Oh yeah. So when you take this apart, I will do a disassembly whenever they come out in their production. All right. I'll do a disassembly. I'm not going to do it on a pre-production unit. Plus, he's going to go to other shows where people are going to play with them and pick them up and do this and that. So, yeah, I don't want to screw anything up before they do. But I'm imagining I've got a screw here and a screw here, right? And do I have a pivot tube between them?
Yes.
So it's a 3-piece.
Yeah.
So as I take this off and this off, I can pull this completely off, right?
Correct.
And underneath, I see the Omega spring, right? And then if I want to see it on the other side, I take this off, that little pocket clip in that screw, I pull that off. Now I've got the Omega spring with, do we got an internal liner?
We have a full liner.
Okay.
Because at one point,
you got to, right?
Well, other companies do partial liners, but I've also realized that there's flex with partial liners, and eventually I'm going to come out with other handle materials on these, and materials that require the full liner support. So that's why I went with the full liner.
Liner in here. So it's a nested liner
Yeah.
in here. Okay. So then you got liners, and then you've got the Omega spring. So one thing for sure in the future, you might be able to, this makes it super easy to swap scales.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Because you don't have to take the whole thing apart. You don't have to take the bearings and the blade and everything out. You can just take this side off, boom, remove and then don't remove the Omega spring. Just, you got this. You got the scale, okay? Yep. You can do these screws, pull this, you got the scale, right? So if he ever comes out with aftermarket or different types of scales that you could swap out, then you could buy those and just plop them right back on, put the couple of screws on each side, boom, you're done. You're done. I mean, that's the beauty of not having a two-piece pivot where this is a solid and there's no access here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what always drove me crazy about Benchmade, because there was no access here, two-piece. So this was the screw. So you got to push all the way through and push the pivot completely out, which dislodges the blade, the bearings, and everything to get this side open to be able to remove the Omega spring and everything. This way you have full access without doing that, which is, thank God. I mean, I would think Benchmade should do that too, but they don't. But
they might just be, considering it for the future.
So this would be good. You could actually have scales with inlays of fat carbon and stuff, where you could do that. So this would give you an opportunity to actually offer a whole lot of accessories, different types, and or whoever's going to do it aftermarket, like sharp dress knives or whatever, then they would be able to pull these scales and make aftermarket ones that just pop right back on. Of course, there's some kind of machining on the inside of here to to allow for the Omega springs, etc.
There is a pocket within the front and the other side scale to allow the Omega springs from moving back and forth.
Yeah, but I mean, this makes it good for being able to change the look.
Yeah,
dress it up. And this is a knife where you've got a pretty decent investment in it, like if you bought a Hinderer or whatever. And Hinderer makes a lot of aftermarket shit too. And you know what? It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. That would be cool going forward to see what might occur after this.
Yeah.
But you're going to have this also in a carbon fiber version, right?
Eventually, yes.
Okay. That would be neat.
So carbon fiber, and then we look at the scales, and the reason for the full liners, of course, is to be able to support materials that require full liners, like micarta, carbon fiber, not necessarily, but a lot of people do like micarta, and I love all the fat carbons, all the different carbon fibers that are coming out now, and maybe even other G10s, So, yeah.
So So the blade thickness, is this pretty much the same blade thickness as most of your premium models?
Correct.
So like 0.14.
Yeah.
I keep saying 1.4. 0.14 of an inch.
So it'll be 1.4 inches. So it'll be
that's not bad. That's 3 times as thick as this.
1.5 inch blade. That would be like the thickest blade ever.
He laughs. He mocks me, and I shall not be mocked.
Oh, and he's holding the knife.
Yeah, and
he's gonna kill me right now. My own knife.
By his own knife. Oh, what the final insult.
Oh my God.
But so 3.7 maybe millimeter thick blade. Okay, and then this has got to be a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, it's about 1/2 inch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a handful there, and there's room for all 4 fingers there. But then you move up, and definitely you've even got some left over here as well. So, and this is a real opportunity to choke up if you need to. I find myself doing all kinds of things, things like this.
A lot of people like the ability to choke up on their boulders, and it gives them like more control over the more precision cutting. And if you need an extender, the reason for the lanyard hole is to be able to put a lanyard and a fob to be able to extend your grip a little bit if you wanted to.
Okay, so we have a lanyard hole in here, and it's not hidden, so it's an obvious lanyard hole.
Obvious lanyard hole.
So we got a backspacer that rolls all the way around here, and then all the way around, and you got the nice little groove. What did you call it?
Slot.
The ditch of death. What did you call it?
The valley of despair.
Oh, yes. Yes. You gotta make it sound badass, The ditch of death.
The blood groove of death.
Oh, yeah. This is where, so you And then after you cut yourself, which you probably did, then your own blood will drain down to you and off the bottom onto the ground. But it'll be nicely funneled.
Oh, and if you could keep
funneled.
the blood-proof red, it'll be really nice. Really nice.
Oh my God, it just never stops. Okay, so, but yes, 3.5. When's the 5.5 inch blade coming out?
I don't have one. That's
is that
5.5.
next? Is that next week? Or?
I'm not one of these companies that make like a ridiculous pocket
Oh yeah,
size
here you
pocket
go.
knife.
That big. Okay, yeah, 12.5 inch overall length.
And we're gonna wear it in quick dry pants and quick dry shorts. You know, Jesus.
Oh my God. Okay, so this crossbar lock, field duty, Magna Cut. So we haven't talked that much about. Okay, so the cuff knives are in Magna Cut as well. And if you noticed, recently the Salt series from Spyderco is now morphed into using CPM Magna Cut. Also, Benchmade now has a line of outdoor water, use knives that are CPM Magna Cut. So cuff and this, but edge retention, toughness, and corrosion resistance. So, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's a 99 Rockwell. 99.9
Yeah.
Rockwell.
Yeah.
Snap. No. You'll never be able to sharpen it. But yeah, so God, I hate sharpening knives too. I have to sit down. It's like a prison sentence for me. I love using knives.
You know, you need to get yourself a workshop, a wicked edge. Wicked edge.
You know how much those things cost? Oh my
they're
God.
great people. I mean, Clay and Kay are amazing people.
If you're at first name with them, I mean, how much of a discount can you get? Because I got a KME, and it's just. But see, some people do it to relax. I mean, it is if you're in the right mood.
I know guys who do that like this to like as they're watching TV. They're doing that, and I'm like, wow, holy cow.
I mean, and I want to keep them busy too, because I'll scoop up a big bunch of knives and hand it to them as well. And they always come out with that beautiful mirror edge on there or whatever. And it's like, I love that. But I can strop, okay? Strop, got my gunny juice and stuff, and I can sharpen, but I hate to even allow my knives to get to that point because, wow.
Well, if you're gonna carry a knife, you always want to keep it sharp.
You know, I'm gonna try stones. I'm gonna try just going to a stone. Because really, I think my grandpa taught me how to sharpen a knife on a stone, and I don't need to go back to that because I think it'd be better to use a damn stone than to that KME I got. I mean, it's just.
Oh, get yourself a wicked edge.
Whew, that's a
hell of an
investment.
Are you driving to Blaisdell? Because I can probably.
I had to stand in line behind about 20 people waiting to get it sharpened.
20 people.
And I go, okay, I think I'm gonna collapse. So I just go, screw it. I need a beer. The hell with it. I'm going to the pit.
Goodness.
So no. Instead, I gave it to Sean and let him take it back to Cape Coral, and he sharpened it right up. Yeah, he's got a different one than Wicked Edge, but he swears by it. He thinks it's really good. So I don't know.
Well, you got a connection then.
But he introduced me to the Gunny Juice too, which is nice, liquidy diamond stuff that you put on your strap, and then. And he goes, oh. Yeah. And it's like, okay, but sometimes.
Gunny Juice is good stuff.
That when you go too far, you're gone too far. At some point in time, you've got to resharpen it. So I can get it to cut paper, but I'm not the mirror edge guy. I don't have the emulsions and all that shit and whatever. I don't know.
Man, the guys who can get it to mirror edge, they got some skills.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing it. I just don't want to sit there and do that. It's like when I had my Harley, I wanted to ride it, But I had friends that spent more time in their garage detailing and putting accessories on it
Yeah.
and just kind of fidgeting around the
Well,
bike. And it's like, let's go.
They want to make it theirs, you know?
I know. So I didn't want to wash it. I didn't want to change the oil or do any maintenance to it. I just wanted to ride it. And if it needed maintenance, take it to the bike shop. You know, shit.
Cool.
But oh well, that's me.
Well, this is the Field Duty 3 1/4 inch blade, CPM Magna Cut in a crossbar lock. And these have full titanium scales, but there will be other versions with other scales available.
Now the liner is titanium
Steel.
or steel.
Steel.
Okay, steel. Okay, so you got yeah, because it's supporting all this, right?
Well,
The
to have a smooth crossbar lock, you don't want to be gliding on titanium.
yeah, you're right.
Titanium will just.
Yeah, titanium is not. Yeah, you're right. They're not. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
So I thought about that too. I was like, oh, you know, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, it scratches. It scratches steel and other metals. Okay.
yeah. I get you. So yeah, it's tough, but it's smooth, and that's why they use steel as an insert on titanium lock bars too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's heat treated steel.
Yeah.
So
it's hard and it doesn't wear.
Yep.
Not as bad.
Yep.
Okay, there it is. What do you guys think? Put your comments below.
Yeah, guys. Thank you for watching.
And
stay sharp.
there you go.
I'm stealing his line now.